Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. If you're looking to fix your financial situation in this COVID-19 world and period, you could go to www.heritagehiphop.com and click the link to join Transparent Credit Repair to help change your financial future. All people who go through Heritage Hip Hop gets a 20% discount from Transparent Credit Repair. So, salute the team for making this happen, and let's help make your financial situation better by going to heritagehiphop.com and clicking on the link for Transparent Credit Repair. On this episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, we thank you for joining us, and we take you to the Midwest, and we talk to Byron Davis Jr., an MC who's overcome struggle and a loss to not only make good music, but to put positive messages out and to carry the legacy of Tupac as he goes against the world to make his voice known and to give positive messages. Make sure you pay attention to this one because this is a special interview, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary when it's done.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. Hip Hop is not about the world. It's about bringing the world to your region and representing where you from with your sound and your voice. And I got somebody on here whose voice is just as big as the region where he's from. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Byron Davis Jr., coming right out the Midwest.
Hey, yo, it's a pleasure to get to talk to you because good music is what matters, and that's what travels.
Man.
So instead of talking about what made you rap and all this other stuff, I don't really want to start with there. I want to start with what makes your voice powerful and why do you use it to project your sound?
Well, I can tell you right now what makes my voice so powerful is the confidence in knowing what I'm talking about through experience and sales and getting back up. And so, I just got real confident in myself, I built up an immune for it, you could say. So, any challenge that I know I'm going to face, I know that I'm well equipped and ready to handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what life is all about for, especially a man of color, is that even though you know the world is against you, you got to take your shot and you got to own up to your word. So your word is your bond, right?
Exactly. You got to be positive no matter what.
Exactly. But you took your words and you bonded it to music, and music captures the audience. What do you want to give the audience to make them always come back and feed off your music?
Man, it's really what I look for when I'm looking, the same things in my favorite artists to me, you know what I mean? It's you want to feel like they're completely honest, you know what I mean? Like I want people to feel like they can just feel that I'm completely honest, because that's what always drags me back to my favorite artists. Because I always feel like they're completely honest with me, you know what I mean? And even if the hoopla and all that stuff in between, you can always kind of feel it, you can feel what's going on for real. And it's a feeling, you know what I mean? I just want people to catch that feeling because you can hear a lot of shit nowadays, but you ain't gonna get that feeling, you know what I mean?
True, but I want to ask you a very introspective question because your style is not a rap style. You are more like a musician. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you, were you inspired by Tupac and Digital Underground?
I absolutely was. Well, not specifically Digital Underground, but definitely Tupac for sure. But definitely Tupac in them earlier times, like when he was a lot more political and all that shit, you know what I mean?
I picked it up in your style because when I listen to songs like Boss Nigga, which is a classic.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
When I listen to that song, I hear a lot of Tupac Money beat. So I was like, okay, this guy not only rapping, he flows through his rap. So you're harmonizing your voice to the beat. That makes you a musician, not just a rapper. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
How did you find your voice, and how did you marry it to the sound?
Oh, man, how did I find my voice? Man, it's just, like I said, I Oh man, I'm really just melodic. You know, let me just take it back. We used to sit around the table and sing Black Street and, you know, all the R&B classics and shit when I was younger. So I can't even really begin to write a rap without starting to harmonize. You know what I mean? So it's just part of my my routine of writing. You know what I mean? The way I like to write, part of my art. Like, you know, even if I don't end up using the melody that I'll come up with, like if the melody's going to it's going to set me up to jump into my verse. You know what I mean? Something like that. So like I said, over time, man, once again, I fell in love with what I like. So I like to do exactly what I love. You know what I mean? As far as music wise.
Yeah, see, music is the love of the self that people are never taught. What does that mean to you?
Say it again.
Music is the love of self that people are never taught. What does that mean to you?
Oh, okay. Well, you know, that's it. What that means to me is that within doing your own, once you start doing your own art, you discover things about yourself that, you know, you wouldn't find any other way, because the music allows you to search a little deeper within yourself. You know what I mean? That's what I get from that, which is what I'm absolutely all about. Like that, once again, I love catching that feeling and catching that vibe of that right there. You can't beat it.
So what is the deepest self that you've reached, and how did you give it to the music?
Oh man, deepest self.
Yeah, see, I asked some bugged out questions, bro.
No, I like it, man. I'm loving it. You know, it's probably, you know, being a father, because it turned me in from a different angle, you know, instead of, you know, thinking that the perception needs to be street and, you know, I'm too hard for myself and all that. But it really, what it did for me is becoming a father is that it showed me that none of that really matters, you know, because you can inspire a bunch of people that don't really matter. But if you're not inspiring the ones that really do matter, then you're not really doing your job. You know what I mean?
You know what? Salute to you on talking about your fatherhood, because that's something I wanted to bring up in this interview. Because being a parent and being a musician is two very hard extremes. And when you bring them together, the most beautiful sounds come out of you, because now you're more focused on succeeding and being more successful than being popular.
Exactly.
So in this world today, how does music motivate you to be a better father, and how does music motivate you to make music for your child?
Oh well, I mean, music motivates me to be a better father. It's pretty like I said, since I make it, you know, like I know what I'm looking for. I know what lane I need to stay in. You know what I mean? And I know that I can also kind of drift off, you know, and kind of try to pull somebody from another lane, try to pull them over to this good way over here, you know what I mean, a positive way. And what was your second part of this question, bro? My bad.
Well, how does music motivate you to be a better father, but how does music motivate you to be a better parent as well?
Oh, man. Shit. That's a good question. That's a great question, man.
Thank you.
I mean, like I said, being a father, it took me from what type of music I even like to listen to myself. You know what I mean? What's going to motivate me in the morning? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whatever I'm going to install in myself, because, you know, them thoughts stay with you as you go. You know what I mean? So you start changing up what you even want to put in your brain, what you want to put in your mind, because no matter if you know it or not, that's going to spill out into to your children. You know what I mean? Regardless, whether they hear it or they see it in you.
I liked how you said that, because let's go deep. I think you were somebody, if I met, I would have utmost respect for you and we would build on a good level. I really believe that. Because of what
I feel that.
Oh, thank you. And what I'm saying from that is this. I want you to vibe with me on this and tell me how you feel. Like, let's get some back and forth going, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Hip-hop is the only music genre that is alive, because it constantly changes year to year. Do you agree?
I agree.
So like jazz music, which is considered a black music, was about Jazz came from the word jazz, which is slang, and jazz meant to have sex. But jazz also taught you to pull out your emotions from music, right?
Right.
R&B music is rhythm and blues, which means movement and feeling.
Right.
Soul music is exactly what it is. The outpouring of your soul to music, right?
Yes. Yep.
Hip-hop took all those things, and if you really delve deep into hip-hop came from God. It never was a music genre.
Mm-hmm.
What did hip-hop teach you about you that you feel is bigger than you making music?
Oh man, that's a perfect segue because just off that, my little brother, he did music with me. He was just recently murdered about 3 months ago.
That's Lil Murder, right?
Yes, and
R.I.P. to Lil Murder.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you. But yeah, we did it. You know, we did it all together for the last 5-6 years. So going back to your question, it made me realize that it is, there's a way bigger picture than just me worrying about myself. Like I've been wanting to start getting into trying to figure out to do some type of speeches and talking to little children, just the youth, just because I know there's a way bigger picture. It's about just the generation below me, period. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Period. So I understand that completely. And music is definitely within, from beginning days when I was first getting inspired listening to Tupac, like I didn't know what that feeling was that was so deep, why I loved it so much. But then once I realized that, oh, okay, he ain't just talking about him, like this shit is deep. Like he's talking about my kids, you know what I mean? 20 years, 25 years later, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, and I just take that and I try to be the exact same example, you know what I mean? And understand and try to understand that it's not about me at all. But it is about what I do in this moment.
Okay. I like how you said that. Because now we're going to go back to that philosophy. Let me break it down to you. And I'm going to throw your brother into that, all right?
Okay.
Now, before we get into that, there's a video out celebrating the life of Lil Murder. And now, you know what's funny? I seen that video like a month or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a picture of him in there playing basketball, red and white jersey, right? So I was like, wow, I've seen this before. Like I said, I've actually known of you and your music for a minute, right?
That's crazy, man. I'm grateful.
And hip-hop comes from God.
Right.
Anybody who follows Heritage Hip-Hop, if you're listening, make sure you follow Heritage Hip-Hop. We're on the line right now with Byron Davis Jr., MC from Missouri that lives in Texas and has regionalized the world with his music.
Oh, man, thank you.
So, hip-hop comes from God, and I'm going to tell you how and why, and you tell me what you think, okay?
Okay.
What is the main part of the beat when you make music?
The main part of the beat is the melodic part of the beat. Whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever's in the most melodic part of the beat is the part that's going to catch me, get my attention first.
Okay, so a melody is a harmony, correct?
Correct.
So when everything works together, it means it works. It's a body of work, right?
Yep.
So when your endocrine system, your reproductive system, your heart, your lymphatic system, all that blood and stuff, when it works together, that makes your body work, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Vibe with me. The drum is the most pivotal part of the beat on the East because the drum sets the tone, right?
Right.
What is your heart? That's your drum.
Mm-hmm.
That sets the tone for your body, right?
Yeah, I dig all that.
Most important part of the hip hop that we don't acknowledge, and I'm only giving you 3, but there's so many more. When you walk in life, what do you take? What do you take?
When you walk through life?
While you walk, what is that called? You're taking what?
You're moving forward.
Yeah, you're taking a step.
You're taking a step forward, yeah.
When you write music, do you know what that line is called that you put the notes on? No?
No.
They're called steps. They're called steps. So everything that you do, like I said, hip hop is living. Everything that you do comes together when it comes to your journey, your story. Hip hop is not music. Hip hop is God's connection to you and you sharing your connection to the world. What's the most important message you want to give to reflect what you learned in your life to save, influence, or help other people when it comes to listening to your words?
Oh man, if anybody could take anything from my words, man, when they listen to me, is to understand that that this shit is not an overnight process. You know what I mean? Like, and you're gonna get knocked down more. You get knocked down so much that you start to feel like you want to give up, and it's hard. You start to feel like there's all type of doubts to get thrown your way, and there's certain amounts of time where you feel like things aren't moving like you want them to, but at the end of the day, like I said, you still have to have that confidence within yourself to even pull yourself out of your own slump. You know what I mean? So if anybody could take anything from my words, I would definitely say just if you truly believe in your craft and your message, and you know how you reflect on people. If you can see that and you can feel what you bring to people, even if it ain't financially wise that you are feeling great, like just because the bank ain't full don't mean that your heart and your word and your message ain't full. You know what I mean?
I love that, yo. Everybody like I said, once again on the line, we have Byron Davis Jr., MC, who you should really get to hear. Now, before we go any forward, let's touch back on your region. When did you move to Texas?
Oh man, I just recently relocated probably about a year and a half ago.
Okay, so you were mainly doing music in Missouri?
Yeah.
What is Missouri hip hop life like? Explain your region to me.
Oh man, see, it's all right, but it's just not. It's a slower pace. It's a slower grind. Because and like this is why I've been like this is installed into me what I just previously said about slow time sometimes but overall still believing in yourself. But like I said, yeah, it's a slower grind there, man, because I mean, it's hip hop in some regions it just glows better. It just booms bigger in certain regions. In my region, it's not a steady boom. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, there's music here, but we don't really care if you expand. So I knew I had to take it for myself to relocate. You know what I mean? But I still love my area though. It taught me my grind, no doubt.
Missouri is known. You said it's kind of slow. Well, Missouri is known for having some of the roughest territorial wars in United States history.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the Native Americans, slavery, and the revolts. So if you really do your history on America, Missouri was the home of a lot of rough, grit type come up when it came to fighting against the establishment and also settling land to make your own. Mm-hmm. How did that translate into the hip hop in your area, man?
Well, yeah, see, I didn't even know the history about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know the history about that like that.
When we study territories in hip hop, right, we have regional bias. Like I'm from New Jersey, so that's very East Coast, right?
Right.
But New Jersey has the luxury of not having New York bias. A lot of people from New Jersey actually like Southern music more. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of our roots are from the South, and our families either move South or come up from the South. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have a lot of like younger people than me who like, yo, I didn't like that. I like No Limit. I like Cash Money. Manny Fresh is the best. You see what I'm saying? So New Jersey always had lyrical giants when it came to hip hop, but our ear wasn't just boom bap music. Mm-hmm. How do you pick your beats, and how do your beats reflect your spirit?
Oh man, my production is always going to be, like I said, melodic. First of all, like I said, you're rarely going to hear. Well, I mean, I've been trying some new things lately, but up until now, you've never recently heard me on a track that wasn't, just smooth as ever. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know. It's like, it's gotta have, like you said, like I said earlier, being growing up on R&B, the R&B vibe of a beat, you know, is going to catch my ear, and then I'm going to catch a melodic harmony or whatever. And then, like I said, then that's going to be the whole beginning process of my art right there.
I like that. But okay, so then let's go back to the beat. You produce your own music?
Oh no, man, I wish.
Okay. So what beats inspire you the most?
What like genre beats?
Whatever you take it. What beats inspire you the most?
That's a good question. I've never really, you know, broke down what, you know, my beat selection into sections of what I'm picking or why it makes me feel that way.
Okay, so let's flip the question. When you're creating music, do you talk to the beat or does the beat talk to you?
Oh, the beat definitely talks to me. Definitely.
What do you hear?
Okay, I got you. The beat might take me back to an old feeling I had when I was, 19, running around doing things I shouldn't have been doing. You know what I mean? Like the beat might hit just like that, but then like the harmony part of the beat might be the lesson of the might be the what you learn from the dumb shit you've done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does, because music has the power to take you to a place that you've never been to, or that you can escape from, or that you want to go back to.
Yeah, exactly.
A song could come on and make you think about the first time you kissed your girl.
Mm-hmm.
A song could come on and make you think about one of the worst things you ever did in your life and how lucky you were to get away, or how much fun you had when you were ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
But music also has the ability to inspire and to raise a person's mind through influence.
Yep.
The Bible says that the power of life and death is within the tongue. So if the music speaks to you, the music can speak life and death into you as well. How do you translate it, though?
How do you translate it?
That's the question. So as an MC, you're hearing something and you're putting it to music, right?
Right.
So that makes you a doctor. Dr. Davis Jr., it's a pleasure to meet you.
Right. When I write, what that comes to me as is, like I said, there's a lesson. There's a lesson in what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's talk about some of them lessons, though.
Yeah. Hold on, my bad. Well, I was going to go off that a little long. Oh, but yeah, there's a reason. You know, there might be a feeling of why you did something, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna tell you why you might have felt like you did that or whatever, and then I'm gonna tell you where you messed up, or I'm gonna tell you what you might have should have did different, or what I would have did, or the mistake I've already made. You know what I mean? That's basically my whole rap right there. You know what I mean?
So let's focus. Since you're a musician, it would be very ignorant of us not to talk about the music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let's start from the beginning. I want to talk about 4 songs that really stood out to me from your catalog, and I want to give some shine to your brother as well. I want to talk about that song, King. King is dope.
Oh, man, thank you.
Talk to me about how that came about, and where were you taking that song?
Oh, man, my brother, he wrote that whole song, and it was just he was a lot like me. You know, we don't go to the studio. We write and we go back and rewrite and we scratch out words and we make, you know, we don't just go in the studio and jump around. Like we truly make an art about it. So it was, you know, it was just a studio session that he had already planned out, you know, and come on, man, I need you to come do this, da-da-da. And we in the studio and he gets to lay in his part. And, he was killing it already. But one thing about me and him is when we throw our voices on top of each other, it just has an unbelievable feeling. So I was like, man, let me get in there and do that. Let me go over that hook with you, man. And, so I did my vocals over top of that. And man, it just came out beautiful, man. And that song is actually a couple years old.
Yeah, I like that song though. Like that song,
and it's,
that song hit me. Even the visuals, my man in the car with the red joint on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not new to the music, man. I heard it, and I'm like, yo, this is alright. Like, I'm really kind of feeling this joint right here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Yeah, man. His last,
Hmm.
his last projects that he wrote, man, he was just completely, he had completely transitioned and he had, he was turning, and you can just see his growth. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I was super proud of him. Super proud.
Well, let's continue that, because another song I really like was Karma.
Mhm.
Let's speak on Karma. What inspired that song, and why did you want to bring that out into the music?
Oh man. Well, being from a small town, you know, it's basically kind of like the lyrics say. It's just a lot of jealousy, and even in small things, as soon as people see that you have something going for yourself, or that you're even taking a step in a positive direction, it just something about that brings the hate out of people. You know what I mean? And I can't never really figure that out. You know what I mean? But I can figure it out through music, of course. So I mean, we got together, and like I said, it was a book playing session. We got in there. We're real good at being able to take, like, when we write it that day, we can take, if we book a studio session 2 months later, we're really good at bringing that energy right back. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So,
I
like
feel
I
that,
said,
man.
that song, that song just came from a quick, oh man, this nigga, you know how it is, and then it's like, oh, let's not go there. Let's just make a song about it.
Facts. Because music always carries messages. Like in the Bible, I don't know if like you really spiritual stuff, but I read the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
in Islam, a lot of them don't believe in the power of music because they think music is evil because of its influence. But in the Bible, it said that when Saul tried to kill David, David would play music and the savage beast was played out of him. So, like the savage beast can be played out of somebody, you could play into them a melody that drops jewels and soothes their spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and that's the greatest thing of hip hop right there to me.
I like that. So,
One of
like
the
I said,
greatest elements of hip hop is that, because you can influence somebody that feels like they have nothing, and if you happen to put the right words over that right beat at that right time, and they hear it, and they're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen it happen to me. I felt it personally. So, and I've seen it through other people too. So, I mean, it doesn't get no better than that.
so what song changed your life?
Oh man, I got a few, man. Like, I'm a big Tupac head, man. I grew up really listening to Tupac, and not to sound cliche, you know what I mean, but well, don't let me just say Tupac. I'm gonna say 90s hip hop and R&B. Like, once I discovered, I had a boombox. I got my first boombox when I was probably about 12, 13, and I remember the first CDs I got were the Marshall Mathers LP.
Okay.
Shouldn't have had that CD at all. You know what I mean?
All good. Mm-hmm.
But had that CD, and then the second CD I got was Country Grammar.
Okay.
And I just remember, it took me into a rabbit hole of just countless searching. Like, I don't know what, like, it just made me go back into this, and then, after 2000s came, Lil Wayne. So, like, I've had about 3 different periods of, being re-inspired, you know what I mean? Just certain things going on in my time in my life, where I might have heard something and it just took me like, wow, like, I need to make a change, or, I need to do this, or I need to, stop hanging around these people because they don't give a damn. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
it gets deep. I can never pinpoint it, but I can never ever pinpoint it, but I can bring it to you a little bit.
I feel that. That's what's up. So let me ask you about this track. Tell me about Boss Nigga, cause that's my song. I really like that song. So tell me about Boss Nigga and where you was taking that track.
Oh, that's basically me coming out of my fog of whatever doubts of, or whatever. And like I said, I was moving. I was in the process of moving and, having different surroundings. And my second son was about to be born. So, and, like I said, it's just about leaving a lot of shit behind, man. And like in the definition, I wanted to change the definition of boss nigga too. Like I didn't want it to be like, oh, check out my watch and my chain and all that shit. I did the video with my family, just to show like this is the real boss shit going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That other shit don't matter, So
That's why I like it.
That's what I really pinpointed. That's what I try to pinpoint on, because if you listen to the music, you can kind of make you kind of want to be like, yeah, Boston, but then you see the visuals and it's like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? It takes it to a different space.
That's why I liked it, because when I seen your lady and your baby in the video, I'm like, okay, he gets it.
Yeah.
Because it's not always about flashing. It's about taking care of yours. And that's where most people fail when it comes to hip-hop. Hip-hop to me is nothing but a door. The music is a door. It's not till you go through the door and see the other side that you actually have perspective. That everybody's rushing to get to the door and not even turning the handle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So when I saw the video, I was like, yeah, I mess with this. I respect this heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Let's talk about stuffing cones now. Because, okay, this 420 music all in y'all catalog.
Yeah.
And I see that. So, where we taking stuffing cones? What's going on with that one? And explain it to the people who haven't seen the video or heard the song yet.
Oh, yeah, that video's on YouTube and all streaming, well, not the video, but the song also on all streaming platforms too. But, like I said, man, that was my brother's shit, man. That was him taking control. As he was growing, man, he was just taking control of what he knew he needed to do, and he was just developing into his own great artist. And I mean, you can obviously see that we're complete stoners, you know what I mean? But there's actually a funny story behind that song and that video. Because I went home a couple weeks before he had actually been murdered or whatever, and I was supposed to be going home, and I was going to be working on one of my videos, and the weather didn't cooperate. So we had to, we drove 500 miles, so the situation, he was kind of like, he kind of just took control. He could see that I was kind of disappointed, so he just kind of took control, and then that's how this video came about, is because, so it was kind of like God telling me, and we had a great video shoot. Everything went so smooth, and like I remember stepping back and just kind of out of my body, and like why is this going so well? You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? And then because I mean he everything about how his growth shined that day. He stepped up, and he seen that I was there. He stepped up, and he completely started directing the video and setting things up. He's like, okay, we're gonna get some shit done, or da da da. And then, like I said, I stepped out of my body, and I stepped back and was grateful for a minute. And then, a month later, he was murdered. And then it made so much sense to me why he shined so bright that day, to make that video.
Right. Everybody listen to Heritage Hip Hop Podcast right now. We're on the line with Byron Davis Jr., MC from the Midwest that's making noise. And, sir, I want you to give everybody your social media handles so they can follow you and also hear your music.
Alrighty. Get at me on Instagram at Byron Davis Jr., all lowercase. Byron Davis Jr. on Facebook. You should be able to find me pretty easy. And to my Twitter is Junebug Sweets, JUNEBUGSWEETS. And my YouTube is Byron Davis Jr. and Lil Murder.
All right. So everybody out there listening. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, no, you good, man.
I'll say, everybody out there listening, if you want to hear some good music, stream Byron Davis Jr.'s music. You'll find him and Lil Murder's music on all streaming media. But Heritage hip hop does not believe in streaming. If you find a song that you like, buy the song. Because by buying the song, not only do you sow into the person who's making the music, but you guarantee yourself more music. And everybody gets more inspired when they see dividends or payback from something that they put out. If the internet went out today and you did not buy your music, you would not own a song, and there would be no music for you to listen to. So do yourself a favor and invest. Invest in Byron Davis Jr. and Lil Murder, and I guarantee you will find something that you like there. Do you agree, sir?
Oh yeah, no doubt. And also, I do the hard copy grind too, just in case the world does shut down. I can still hit you through the mail, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. So with that being said, we're not finished. Are you ready to do the rapid fire questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
So the rapid fire questions are not yes/no questions. These are questions that show your depth and knowledge of hip hop and yourself. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Question number 1. What song or album from another artist's catalog perfectly describes you?
Tupac, Me Against the World.
Ooh, okay. Okay. That's when Pac was down and he came out with some swinging, with some hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Outside of music question, we're living in a world where police brutality, social injustice, and social justice is something very big now in conversation, correct?
Yes.
As a father, how do you prepare your child for this life, and how does your music help you?
I prepare my child through this life about, as far as that is to, first of all, you got to give respect to get it, and I know there's a fine line what's going on nowadays, but at the same time, you got to learn when to just close your mouth, Not saying, not taking away from anybody, but, this is what I install into my son, be more observative than than what you're going to talk, listen more double than what you talk, so that's what and as far as my music, you said, how does my music help me with that?
Yeah.
Well, it helps me because I know that when I put my pen to the pad, that I know I'm going to write something positive and lesson learning. So it helps. So with this going on, the way the world is now I know for sure that there's no time to play with the pen and the pad. Like spoken word has to be out there nowadays.
Word. I like that. My next question to you is this. Hip hop is full of messages, and we're inspiring and even denigrating each other with words and messages of hope and also despair. What is the one message hip hop has not delivered that you want to hear?
Man, that's a hell of a question. Something that I say it again.
What message are you waiting for hip hop to deliver that has not been given yet?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Some people might get mad at me about this. Well, actually, I'm living it right now. Actually, it's this retaliation mindset, because that's what's knocking us off on a daily basis. And I rarely hear music to where the artist is telling people that retaliation is not a must. And and I try to install that into my music. I have a song called Heaven to where I get specific about that. But yeah, that's my answer. The retaliation mindset. That's one of the things in hip hop that makes me not proud to be not proud. I hate that. I hate that a young kid thinks that they have to go kill somebody because somebody else has been killed.
Right. Right. That's deep. I'm glad that you said that, because the self-destruction movement, and even Boys in the Hood, Larry Fishburne talked about that. But yeah, a song is not really made about that. So that's a very good answer. and one I never expected, and I'm glad that you gave. You're the first person ever said that, so thank you.
Thank you, man.
The remix is a part of hip-hop that made hip-hop great because we either added more people to the song or we changed the beat to make a song have a longer life. I'm going to ask you as a hip-hop fan, what's the greatest remix of all time?
Oh, shit. Man. Oh, man. I done forgot. But I know one that sticks in my head is when they did the Welcome to Atlanta remix.
That was a good one.
When they did that, man, like there's a few what else, man? Man. I remember when they did the Jagged Edge Where the Party At remix, and they did all that. That was, yeah. I don't give a damn what anybody says. T-Pain can remix anything.
Okay, T-Pain.
As far as artist-wise, but I mean, song-wise, man, I couldn't pinpoint one, man. But it would probably, if I went back and searched, it'd probably be something that had to do with Lil Wayne.
Okay. So stop right there. So usually Wayne would do other songs with other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the guest 16 or the feature, right? Where the feature artist, or the main artist got a person to feature on the track to help make the song hot, right?
Right.
But there were songs where the feature artist outshined the main artist, correct?
Yeah.
Who has the greatest feature in hip-hop history?
In hip-hop history?
To you.
To me, man.
Yeah, these are fan questions I like to ask.
No, yeah. Man. Oh, you racking my brain right now, bro.
Welcome to Heritage Hip Hop, where we do not do the regular questions.
Hey, next time I'm about to get with you, man, I'm gonna study up.
It's all good. Man, if you really listen, this interview is about you more than anything else. So you cannot go wrong. Man, go ahead. Who has the greatest feature to you in hip hop history?
Man, I'm probably gonna have to go with Lil Wayne again, man. And
any song in particular? Any song that you think he ripped it over somebody?
That's why I'm going with him, because there's so many.
Okay.
There's so, you know what I mean? There's so many to where you can't pick one. So I'm just gonna go with the artist, because I can't just go to a song, man.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna have to call you back on that one, bro.
Okay, hey, it's all good, bro. Look, it is all good. We having a good time, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That's what's up. For everybody out there listening, this is Heritage Hip Hop, where we bring you your future favorite artists today, and we have a good time. So let's continue. If being that people bring people on songs and you're an artist, I want to ask you this question. What would be your dream song? Who's doing the beat and who's the feature? Dead or alive, no restrictions.
Oh man, okay, well, I would love to get on some a new Jay Dilla production.
Ooh.
And that's because I have a producer that I know I'm really close with. His name's Mojo. Mojo Beats. Shout out Mojo. And man, he is literally the epitome offspring of Jay Dilla. And we've been doing music for years. And yeah, I would love to get on a Jay Dilla beat, man. But shit, man. But let me tell you this, man. I don't know how it would sound, but I would love to get on a beat with Busy Bone, man.
Okay, that's great.
And you know, it wouldn't be to sound like him or nothing. It would be just because he's so spiritual. When he, you know, like there's something about his flow and just his energy that's so spiritual.
Did you reach out to him yet?
No, I haven't. I've never reached out to him. Okay. So that would be for older artists, but a more recent artist. My most recent artist, my favorite artist right now is Kevin Gates, definitely.
All right.
And I'm all about his energy. You know what I mean, and what he's came from and overcame, and just how positive he is now, like, and how family oriented he is. It's a heavy influence on me nowadays, for sure, as far as a recent newer artist. But I mean, I could definitely get with Gates on a feature though.
We probably, but see that would change up the production though. We probably had to go with something a little smoother. I mean, something a little more upbeat. But I mean, I don't know, man. You asking some hell of a questions right now.
That's what's up. So Mojo is the producer though that you talked to. You gave a shout out to.
Yeah, that's my guy. He's actually flying out this weekend, man. We're shooting a video. I mean, it's my dirty 30 this weekend.
All right. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday early, bro.
Thank you.
So to Mojo, play this for Mojo. I need some beats, bro. I need some beats for my show. Let's put Mojo out there. Let everybody hear that great music. So if you got some beats and you wanna work with me, hit me up, Heritage Hip Hop, and let's make it happen. All right.
Oh, I can definitely make it happen, no doubt.
All right. So for everybody out there that's listening, this is Byron Davis Jr. Excellent musician, not just a rapper, because he actually does melodic rhythm in delivery. And I have two more questions I want to ask you, and then we're going to sew this up, all right?
Okay.
Next question is, to you as an artist, what's more necessary to make the song hit? Is it the lyric or the vibe?
I would definitely say the vibe.
Why?
Because the vibe you can feel a vibe from a song. You know, you can feel that vibe, and it's more powerful than the lyrics. It lasts longer.
Really?
If you ask me. If you ask, maybe, I'm not sure. Actually, let me go with lyrics, because that's, the lyrics are going to be more powerful. They install in you, and they resonate. And the lyrics is what's going to stick in your head. You can't catch a vibe, and a vibe is not going to constantly stay with you like how lyrics might bang in your head while you're trying to sleep at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm with you on that, because that's my beef with a lot of hip hop. A lot of people don't make songs; they make tracks. To me, a track is like something that you could just do. You could rush it, whatever, and it may sound good for the moment, but a song can last forever, and we don't have a lot of forever music in hip hop right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, with that being said, everybody, once again, this is Byron Davis Jr., and we're going to show up this interview right here with the last question of the first interview. So that means, sir, you don't have to be hot to be on Heritage Hip Hop. I thank you for coming on and let us interview you and push your song, Stuff in Cones. That's out right now. Everybody go get it. Boss Nigga out right now. Go get it. I mean, I appreciate that, but you don't need to have a hot song to have a conversation with Heritage Hip Hop. So you're always welcome to come back whenever you want to interview, or you have something that you want to push, or something you want to talk about, because we're more than music. We are the story of hip hop that needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So, all right, thank you. So with that being said, here's the most important question of the first interview that I do with you. 500 years from now, unfortunately, you will not be walking on this planet. And we don't wish any death or harm to any of your loved ones, anybody in your circle. So may the Most High bless you and your loved ones perpetually, okay? But 500 years from now, your children's 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 children are going to be on this planet. And they're going to go to the Hip Hop Hall of Fame in Texas or Missouri. You might be a councilman in Missouri, and they're going to talk about you, and your name is going to live. Especially since you're doing music, they could pass that down for generations to know that you did something great on this planet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my most important question to you is this. What is the legacy that you left behind that made the world better because you did music?
Like I said earlier, the positive underdog image, that's the legacy that I would love to leave, is the humble, always humble. Like I said, just realizing that everything is not going to go your way. Like I want people, when they hear my music, to feel that, like, to be like, oh man, you can tell this guy, he's had some success and he's had fails, but either way, it doesn't make who he is. And hopefully that can carry on, 500 years, like you're saying, and hopefully still, when people hear them lyrics, that they can catch that vibe. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate you sharing that with us, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a man who's overcome a lot. And before we go, we want to say rest in peace to his little brother, Lil Murder. But we want everybody out there to understand one thing. In the books of the spirits, it says that love precedes and overcomes the grave. So that means through love, his brother is still alive within him and outside of him at the same time, and the music keeps him alive as well. And just the same way, when you do hip-hop from your heart, not only are you making music, but you're saving the lives and the ears of those with good music, with good messages. So make sure, even though some of us like to get ratchet, sometimes we got to feed ourselves positivity. Well, I would think say most times, because positive is not only a way of living, it's also a way to produce greatness within yourself and your spirit. You agree?
Definitely. Self-worth.
And with that being said, everybody, this is Karev with Byron Davis Jr. on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast saying peace, and we out.
All righty, man. Y'all be blessed, man. I appreciate it, man.
Byron Davis Jr. represents a movement in hip hop that is so sorely forgotten, and that's speaking the truth and letting your vulnerability be seen and heard, not only through your words, but through the beats that you choose and the message that you choose to project. We want to say rest in peace to his brother Lil Murder that got taken from us too early. And if you look at the videos that they have on their YouTube page, Byron Davis Jr. and Lil Murder, you'll see that something special was starting to happen. And unfortunately, too many of our young men are cut down. But we respect and salute people like Byron Davis Jr. who not only keep going, but they find new ways to stay invigorated and to inspire others with their music. So salute to you and salute to the movement. This episode of Heritage Hip Hop Podcast is brought to you by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. If you're looking to change your credit and also change your outlook on finances, you can go to www.heritagehiphop.com and click on the link to join Financial Freedom. Click on Transparent Credit Repair on the webpage and you get 20% off of all services done by Transparent Credit Repair. Before we get out of here, we'd like to thank everybody for continuing this journey with us on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. You can follow us on www.heritagehiphop.com. We are now on anchor.fm, so you can hear the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast on Spotify, Apple, and everywhere Anchor is distributed. So you can go to anchor.fm and go to Heritage Hip Hop there and see what we have to offer. We're also on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, etc. All you gotta do is just look us up, Heritage Hip Hop. If you're looking to help build this platform, we have a donate button. We take everything that you give and build this platform to further represent you, the heritage of hip hop, which is God's culture. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody who makes this possible. We want to say a big salute to BQ. Get well, bro. We need you here, not only in spirit but in mind, body, and soul. You are an important member of the team, so get well. I'd like to give a shout out to Transparent Credit Repair, Lex Diamonds, the Diamonds Entertainment LLC, Fire Jaws of Wildfire Marketing, DJ Big A, the Big A Show, and Goodfellas TV. And make sure on YouTube you go follow Tommy Guns, TOMMYGUNZ, and look for the recap with the Goodfellas, starring Tommy Guns, Shy Montana, Dav the Photographer, Big A, and me, Karev. Heritage Hip Hop is here to support and salute God's culture, but we also here to tell a story. Everybody can give you an interview, but how many people allow you to tell your story and let the world know who you are, why you exist, what importance you have, and the art that you put out? So if you're looking to have a great interview or to learn artist development, to learn more about your marketing and promotion, and to be more successful and savvy when it comes to your social media, contact Heritage Hip Hop at heritagehiphop.com. We have services that not only help flesh out your look, but ensure that your sound and presentation is well delivered. With that being said, this is Karev from Heritage Hip Hop, giving a salute to everybody listening. Stay alive during this COVID season. Please be patient with the teachers who are out there teaching with the virtual learning, because I know that's tough. And not only that, stay blessed up, because this times is tough out here. So with that being said, we say peace, and we out.